Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2. I believe we're on. That is the most inauspicious way we've ever started a live broadcast, but occasionally technology does not work the way you want it to, and we had a few technical glitches and issues we had to take care of this evening, but thankfully they are now taken care of, and we greet you live from Highland Springs High School, where number 3 LC Bird and number 1 Highland Springs is underway. First quarter action. We will get you caught up on everything that has happened so far here tonight, coming up in just a second. We are midway through the first quarter. Your score is 5 apiece. And Angela Caraballo is on her way to the free throw line to shoot a couple. And her first shot is good. That's her first point of the night. Kiki Williams got things going with a three-pointer early. Second free throw up and good. And the Skyhawks hold the early 7-5 advantage. Crudup is on the baseline as we'll get you back into action here. Shot in and out, no good. And the rebound to Brina Bentley. And Bird will walk it up with the 2-point lead. Pass to Williams, almost intercepted. She'll put up a long three-pointer, barely hits the front of the rim. It goes out of bounds, last touch by Bentley, and it'll be Springer ball. Cross-court pass to Paris McBride, who is now into the game for Highland Springs. Taya Bolden into the corner, back up top to McBride, and they'll give it to CC at the top, and she'll reset. Push it over to Coleman. She'll drive the lane, put it up and in. And Jennifer Coleman has 5 of Highland Springs' 7 points. 3 minutes to go first quarter, tied 7-7. Kiki Williams up at the top of the circle. She'll put up a long three. Back iron, no good. Gatling's third rebound of the quarter. Down court pass to Paris McBride. She gets double teamed, trying to get out of it. She's going to lose it. Last touch by the foot of Caraballo, out of bounds to Highland Springs, just in front of us. Inside, they'll get it to Gatling. She'll put one up off the glass. It rims in and out, no good. Fight for the rebound. It goes out of bounds. Last touched by Highland Springs. They inbound it to Madison Baum, almost stolen by Coleman, as Highland Springs wants to get that part of their game in gear. Very important to their transition game, as well as to frustrate the opponent. Birds had none of it so far. 2 minutes to go first quarter, tied 7-7. Kaylee Robinson, right side, crewed up on her. Pass to Bentley, top of the circle. Lost it, got it back. Coleman will fight for it. Jump ball, possession arrow stays with LC Bird. Springers and Skyhawks tied at 7, but Highland Springs has not had the lead yet in the game this evening. Inbounds it to Caraballo, right side, gets around McBride. Floater in the lane, rattles in and out, and right back in. First field goal of the night for Angela. 1:40 to go first quarter, and the Skyhawks back in front at 9-7. Number 3, LC Bird. Number 1, Highland Springs. Crudup will put up a three. Back iron, no good. Baum with the rebound. Highland Springs cold from the field early on. Robinson into the corner for Williams. Her three is short. And the rebound to Coleman. It goes off of her foot. Caraballo saves it and asks for a timeout. Timeout at 1:20 to go first quarter. And the score, 9-7. Skyhawks with the early lead. They were just on this floor about 48 hours ago, as you'll remember, our triple header from last Saturday night at the StatVA.com Girls Basketball Classic. Bird had to go overtime before Kiki Williams. Man, what a great second half and overtime performance for Kiki. She got the winning basket in the waning seconds of overtime for the 56-54 victory over Western Branch to improve LC Bird to 9-1. It's a wild stretch for them right now. They host Cosby tomorrow night after this one. And then they head to Midlothian on Thursday. Members of the Trojans are in the bleachers right now, scouting out the Skyhawks. Come out of the timeout. Skyhawks ball in their backcourt. Baum will bring it across the timeline at 1:12 to go first quarter. Enjoying the 2-point lead. Again, Springers have not had the lead in this quarter. Williams, right wing, looks in the corner, nothing there. Back out top to Robinson. Swings it to Baum. Coleman on her. Maddie looking around. Swings it right side. Caraballo, she'll put up a three, and it's good. And Angela Caraballo getting warmed up. She's got 7, and the lead is 5 at 12-7. McBride, left wing, looking inside to Gatling. Swings it out. Coleman, turn around, got it to Crudup. She'll drive the lane. Scoop shot, no. Gatling had the board, lost it. It goes off of Bird. It'll stay with Highland Springs. Final 34.5 seconds. Quarter number 1. Robinson will check out for a moment. McBride with the inbounds into the corner for Crudup. She goes to drive the lane, and Williams runs into her. And that'll be the first foul on Kiki Williams and the second team foul against LC Bird. They'll bring it out of inbounds to Coleman. Coleman looking for Gatling inside. Finds her, put it up, and in. Cam Gatling with her second basket of the game. "12 seconds and counting. Baum left of the circle. Looking for a pick. Bolden will pick her up. Swing pass into the lane for Kiki. Turn around, drive, high off the glass, no good. Fight for the rebound, 1 second left, and she won't get a shot off in time. And we are through one here tonight at Highland Springs. Good start for the Skyhawks. Cold start shooting from the outside for Highland Springs. And our score, number 3, LC Bird 12, number 1, Highland Springs 9. I would be interested to know, and I don't have the stats in front of me, if this is the first quarter this year where Highland Springs has not scored in double figures. I suspect it may be. As you look at some of their final scores, they've rolled up 111, they've rolled up 126. They're consistently in the 80s and 90s. And to do that, you don't have many 9-point quarters. So credit the Skyhawks and their defense. And most importantly, their offense is part of their defense, because their offense has to be disciplined enough not to allow what Highland Springs wants to do most, and that's disrupt you, force the steals, the turnovers, so they get their transition baskets going. You'll recall that's how they got in front of Bethel in the middle of the first quarter Saturday night. They ended up steamrolling over the Bruins, and what was a surprise to me, I thought they could win the game. I didn't think they'd win by 43 points. Highland Springs inbounds it at midcourt, and we start the second quarter. 12-9, Skyhawks on the road, up by 3. Looking inside for Bolden. She's double teamed, swings it inside to Gatling. Ball's tipped, taken away by the Skyhawks. Bentley has it. She'll grab it, get it over to Baum. Baum across the timeline into the corner for Maya Coleman into the game. Nice spin move. Lost the ball, got it back, double teamed. Bounce pass toward the basket. Bolden's the only one there. Gets it down court to Coleman, but her layup attempt is too short. Rebound Skyhawks. They've got the green light to go and to shoot. They just haven't been able to connect so far. Pass into Bentley. Got it to Caraballo, open for 3, and it's good. And Angela Caraballo ups the lead to its biggest margin. That's 6 points. Bolden, top of the circle. Works right, takes a shot, too strong. Rebound, Coleman. Gonna lose it. Coleman gets it. That's Jennifer Coleman. Over to Bolden. She'll put a turnaround. It's in, and a foul. And that's exactly how Highland Springs wants to do it. Grab the steal from behind at midcourt, the layup, the foul, and looking for the 3-point play. Taya's shot is good. Completes the three-point play. Time remaining 6:40 to go. Driving is Baum, and she's going to pick up the foul. McBride will be guilty of the personal. Fourteen fouls on Highland Springs, 3 on LC Bird. Robinson at the point. McBride on her. Gets it to Bentley up top. Back to Robinson. Over to Kiki Williams up top with Bolden on her. She'll look to drive around. Does. Whistle. And they're going to get Taya on a block. So the foul on Bolden. 5th team foul. Early second quarter, 6:26 to the half, 15-12. Skyhawks have led the entire night, or we've been tied. Inbounds pass for Bentley, and she can't hold on to it. It goes out of bounds. And a turnover to Highland Springs. It won't give them a transition opportunity, but it will give them possession. They need to start knocking down some shots, though. They want to take their first lead of the night. Coleman up top, gets a pick from Gatling. Over to McBride, left side, back up top to Jennifer Coleman. She'll drive right side, give it to Crudup. She'll drive the lane. Shot well short. Robinson with the rebound. And it's the Skyhawks in transition, and Kaylee's going to walk at midcourt. Wanted to pass. The outlet pass wasn't there, and she couldn't stop her forward momentum and picked up her pivot foot just enough for the traveling call. Crudup goes down the lane, puts it up. Still no good. Springers cannot buy a basket early on. Lucky to be down just 3. Caraballo will drive, kick it out. Baum puts up a 15-footer, no good. Rebound Bolden. Crudup across the timeline. Gatling and Bolden get down there. Now they'll set up the play. Kick it into the corner. McBride open for 3. It's good. Paris McBride ties it at 15. 5:25 to the half. Baum just left of the circle. Crudup is on Caraballo. Baum looking for room to run. Nothing there. Kicks it out to Robinson. Over to Kennedy Maddox into the game. Lost it briefly. Got it back top of the key. Baum now has it again. Pass stolen by Coleman. It's a 2-on-1. Coleman, McBride. Jennifer will go up herself. No good. She left it short again. Ball's going to be last touched, though, by the Skyhawks, and the Springers are going to catch a break. Wow, that is 2 wide open layups here in the last 2 minutes where the Springers just left it well short. Bounce pass inside to Gatling, kick it to Bolden from 10 feet, and she'll get it in. Taya Bolden has 5, and that's the first lead of the night for Highland Springs. It's 17-15, 4:45 to go to the half. Kennedy Maddox up top. She'll drive, put it up off the glass too strong. Bentley all alone for the board. Shot no good. Fight down low, jump ball. Possession arrow stays with Highland Springs. Sometimes you're too wide open. Bentley had no one around her on the weak side, but didn't put it up and in. Inbounds pass of one bouncer to Bentley, and McBride steps in front of it, knocks it out. Bird will retain. Baum trying to get it inbounds, having some trouble, and it's a 5-second call. Couldn't get it inbounds in time. Springer basketball with the lead. First time we've been able to say that all evening. 4:20 to the half. McBride. Bounce pass to Crudup going inside, and the reverse layup is good. First points of the night for CC. 19-15. 4:07 to go to the half. Here live on the RVA Sports Network. Game of the week doubleheader Monday night. Kiki Williams, right wing. Bolden all over her. She'll drive with the left hand into the lane. Put it up, no good. Rebound to the floor, and Bolden gets it. Taya, down court. Crudup cutting in the lane. Her layup, no good. Rebound, no good. And the rebound to Bentley. And now Coleman looks to steal it, and it'll be jump ball, possession arrow. Goes to the Springers. Man, if Highland Springs had hit half of the layup attempts that they've had in this first half, they'd probably be enjoying an 8 to 10 point lead right now. Instead, it's only 4. 3:42 to the half. Inbound to Coleman. Her shot, no good, but she's fouled. And that's going to be a second personal foul on Kiki Williams. Coleman to the free throw line. Her first shot is up and no good. She'll get one more. (19-15) Highland Springs. They are currently on a 10-0 run. Make it 11. It was 15-9 just a couple of moments ago. Coleman, pass, taken away by McBride. Ball on the floor. Crudup gets it, and Coach Harris says timeout to get the possession. And now the Skyhawks have got to talk about it and regroup. It'll be a 30-second timeout. .329 to go first half. 20-15. Still to come, game 2 of our doubleheader. Number 2, LC Bird and Highland Springs in boys action. The boys don't have the pressure any longer of trying to get win number 700 for their coach, George Lancaster. They accomplished that Thursday night against Varina. They'll look for his 701st win tonight, but it'll be a tall order against their new Conference 12 rivals. Inbounds McBride. She's going to go the length of the lane, put it up and in. And Paris McBride has 5 points. 22-15. Coach Chevette Waller to our left on the Bird bench knows you can't let them get but so far in front, or things can cascade away from you in a hurry. 3:05 to the half. Baum, Coleman on her. Picks up the dribble, needs help. Throws to Caraballo, but too wide right, out of bounds at the scorer's table. And the Springers are starting to force those turnovers. They may not be turnovers that go to immediate transition, but they're limiting Skyhawks' shot opportunities. Inside to Bolden. She'll put up a turnaround, and it's good. Right lane. 7 for Taya. 24-15, a 15-0 run. Coleman across the timeline. Trying to pass it to Angela Caraballo and can't. McBride grabs it. Crudup with a bounce pass. Transition to Coleman. And it's in for 2. And they're getting warmed up now. It's an 11-point lead and a 17-0 run for Highland Springs. 26-15, 2:24 to the half. Skyhawks need a basket, and they need it now. Baum up top. Right now they're having trouble even finding a passing lane. Madison will drive, put it up, shot, no. Great defense on the end by Bolden. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by LC Bird. Kind of like maybe your engine this morning if you had to go to work today on this holiday and it was very cold because of the temperatures outside. It's kind of the offensive engine for Highland Springs, taking it a while to get going, but it's starting to get in gear. Gatling finds Bolden, baseline. She'll go in and lay it up for 2. Taya's got 9 here in the half. 28-15, a minute 50 to the half. Pass intended for Baum, almost intercepted by Bolden. They get it to Williams in the corner. She'll pass to Coleman in the lane, put it up, blocked. Bolden with it, and she'll get fouled. First personal foul on Maya Coleman, 5th team foul against the Skyhawks. And Highland Springs beginning to assert themselves. They've beaten number 2 Monacan. They've beaten number 4 Cosby. Now they got LC Bird. Coleman up top, Baum on her, gets it to Bolden, posting up on Kaylee Robinson, turn around well short, but Gatling's there to clean it up and put it in. 30-15, 1:15 to the half. Robinson into the corner. That's Takia Wallace into the game for LC Bird. Back out to Kiki Williams and up top to Baum. Crude up on her, right side, Wallace, 1 minute to half. Cross court to Coleman, trying to get around Jennifer Coleman. And we're going to get a travel. Kaylee Robinson was trying to let Paris McBride jump around her and then put up a long two, but she shuffled the pivot foot. .53 and counting to the half. Second quarter's all Highland Springs. Bolden up top, almost lost it, gets it to Coleman. She'll put up a three. Rattles in and out, no good. Baum with the rebound. See if the Skyhawks can cut into this lead a little bit. At least get a basket before half. Into the lane, Kiki Williams stops outside to Baum. She'll drive, kick it out to Wallace. Over to Robinson, wide open for three, and it's short. Rebound to Gatling with 19. Down court quickly to Jennifer Coleman, and she'll be fouled. There'll be no free throws. It is the sixth team foul. Bolden gets the inbounds, loses it trying to spin. It goes to Coleman. Coleman tries to pass it out, and Maya Coleman gets it with 10 to go. Now a fight for it back court, and it's going to be picked up by Kaylee Robinson with 5 seconds left. Got it to Kiki Williams, and she'll travel with 1.6 to go. The first 7 minutes of this game looked really good for LC Bird. The last 9, they'd like to forget. And we go to the half. And a half-court shot by Crudup hits the back iron, no good. A 21-0 run for the number 1 ranked Highland Springs Springers to end the first half. And our score, number 1 Highland Springs 30, number 3 LC Bird 15. Springers looking to go to 14-0 on the season. LC Bird came in with a record of 9-1, and both Skyhawk girls and boys are 9-1 coming into tonight's action, which means tonight will be the halfway point of their regular season. The Skyhawks are going to be playing a lot of basketball between now and the end of the regular season, which is February the 12th. So January 18th, you've got 1, and then 11, and 12 is 23. They're going to be averaging 1 game every 48 hours the rest of the way. And if we get any impending winter weather, then that could adversely affect that as well. Angela Caraballo had a great start. She leads all scorers with 10 points. Taya Bolden leads Highland Springs with 9. Coleman has 8. Gatling with 6. Paris McBride with 5. And again, our score at intermission. Number 1 Highland Springs 30 and number 3 LC Bird 15. We're going to take just a moment time out to catch our breath and make sure that everything is working properly and in order. We apologize. Had to reboot the old computer. It wasn't connecting with our USB microphone, which is why we could not get on the air originally. But we're here and we're ready for the rest of our Monday night Game of the Week doubleheader right here on the RBA Sports Network. More from halftime at Highland Springs. Springer girls up by 15. Coming up in just a moment. And we welcome you back courtside here at Hudson Gym, George Lancaster Court on the campus of Highland Springs High School. Rob Witham along with you here on the RVA Sports Network. High school basketball game of the week. At halftime, it's a doubleheader Monday night here on the game of the week, and it's Highland Springs. They were down by 6 early second quarter, 15-9, and then they suffocated LC Bird the rest of the way, went on a 21-0 run, and they have the lead right now at intermission, 30-15. Taya Bolden has 9 points. Jennifer Coleman has 8. Cam Gatling has 6. For the top-rated Springers, who with a win tonight would move to 14-0 on the season. They will be prohibitively favored in their other 2 games this week. They host Hanover here tomorrow night. And if we don't get lambasted by the storm of the century that everybody's talking about on social media, they will go to Armstrong on Friday night. LC Bird, we mentioned, in the middle of a pretty wild stretch. They played Monacan and lost to them last Thursday night. That was their first loss of the year. They came here to Highland Springs and beat Western Branch in overtime Saturday night, 56-54 in the StatVA.com Girls Basketball Classic. They're back here tonight to take on the top-ranked Springers. Tomorrow night, it's Pink Out night in Chester as they'll welcome in number 4 Cosby. And then they got to go to Midlothian on Thursday night. That is a hefty stretch over an 8-night period for these Skyhawks. And as we mentioned, by the time they get past tomorrow night's Cosby game, they'll still have another 10 games to play. They play Midlothian Thursday. They'll still have 9 games to get in the final 3 weeks of the season. And that's not counting the possibility of any schedule disruptions due to possible winter weather. So whereas a team like Henrico boys basketball, they're only looking at 5 or 6 games here down the stretch, and they might be able to rest up a little bit. The Skyhawks, both the girls and the boys, have a lot of basketball to play down the stretch before they enter the Conference 12 basketball tournament. And so there's 2 schools of thought to that. On the one hand, you could think, okay, gives you time to rest if you don't have as many games late January, early February. And then on the other hand, it makes you wonder, well, maybe that's not a good thing because you want to be playing your best basketball, and the best way to do that is to play basketball. But you also want to make sure that you're not a little overtired when you get to the middle of February. You'll recall these 2 teams played each other in the 5A South Regional Semifinal late last February, or I don't know, as many times as that was postponed. It might have been early March. And Highland Springs came in undefeated at 25-0, and Taja Cole, who's now at the University of Louisville, went for 38 points. And the Springers' bid for not only a perfect season, but a state championship went by the boards as LC Bird ended up getting that 5A South berth. And they ended up all the way to the state final before they fell there. And Highland Springs, I suspect that they may not have talked about it, but they've probably had this game circled on their calendar for quite some time. They started slow, but once they got cranked up, they go on a 21-0 run in the final 6 minutes of the half to enjoy the 30-15 advantage getting set for the third quarter. Still to come here on the game of the week. It's number 2 LC Bird and Highland Springs in boys action. Springers boys had a kind of a slow start to the season, but they've also picked up some players. Mecky Beckton, Arthur Radford, both coming from the football team once they had finished their run. And Beckton has become a force inside for them. His play tonight will be critical if the Springers want to pull off an upset. Skyhawks come in 9-1. Their only loss to Bethel in the Virginia Preps Classic back on Saturday, January the 9th over at J.R. Tucker High School. And the Skyhawk boys have a date with a surging Cosby Titans team on Wednesday night. And that game is on the road at Cosby. Cosby entered our RVA Sports Network Top 10 Boys Basketball poll at number 10 for the first time this season last night. If you've not seen the latest girls and boys top 10 basketball polls, just go to rvasportsnetwork.com. That's rvasportsnetwork.com, and you will see them listed there. This is not the only doubleheader going on tonight. Deep Run and Hermitage are facing off at the Herm. The girls' game, Deep Run will be prohibitively favored. It's been a tough season for the Panther girls. That boys' game is going to be very intriguing. The new number 1 ranked Wildcats on the road against a Colonial District rival. Hermitage was upset by TJ in their last game. They fell in our poll from 7 to number 9. But they'd love nothing more than to hand Deep Run a loss as the top-ranked team in the area. That game is scheduled for about a 7:30 start, and yes, we do have someone scheduled to be there. So we'll have updates for you here on our broadcast as well as on Twitter as well. All right, let's get set for second half action. Both teams back out onto the court. And let's see if the Skyhawks can flip the script here. Bird will get the basketball, and they'll be moving from right to left across your tablet, your phone, your PC, your laptop, wherever you may be listening from this evening. In the old days, we would say across your radio dial, but there's no such thing as that anymore. Robinson with the inbounds pass, gets it to Bentley. Gatling out on her, over to Kiki Williams. Bolden guarding her in the man-to-man. Kiki drives, kicks it out to Robinson. Nothing there, back into Kiki. Turn around, jumper, short. Rebound, Cam Gatling. Gets it to Crudup, CC, stops, gives it to Coleman. Put up a 3, rims in and out, no good. Gatling in for the rebound and the putback for 2. And Cam has 8 points now. 32-15. Down court quickly to Williams for 3. It's no good. Another rebound for Gatling. Down court quickly to Jennifer Coleman. Put it up and in, and a foul. And the Springers start strong in half number 2. Fouls on Caraballo. And Coleman with an opportunity to complete the traditional 3-point play, which would make it a 20-point lead. Shot is up and good. Second and 1 for Coleman tonight. 35-15 Springers. LC Bird has not scored now in over 7 minutes of game time since early second quarter when they led 15-9. Since then, it's 26-0 Highland Springs. Williams right at the circle, gets it to a cutting Caraballo. She shakes her defender, puts it up for 3. It's an air ball, and it goes out. I think one of the reasons why the shots are short for the Skyhawks is because they didn't get many shots off in that second quarter run by Highland Springs. The defense, as we mentioned earlier, was suffocating. Coleman to Bolden, kicks it out to McBride, and she can't handle it. Goes out of bounds in front of the Highland Springs bench. Baum across the timeline at 6:25 to go third quarter. Coleman is on her. Bounce pass to Kiki Williams up top. Back over to Baum. Looking to drive around. Can. Bounce pass to Caraballo in the corner for 3. It's an air ball. It goes off of Bentley's foot out of bounds to Highland Springs. Man, Skyhawks look good. First 7.5 minutes tonight, and they have just been completely discombobulated by the Springers. Paris McBride puts up a long 3. It's no good. Bolden gets the rebound, put it up, no good. But Gatling gets the follow and puts it in for 2. 37-15. Caraballo double teamed at the free throw line. Gets it over to Baum. The lefty fires one. Back iron, no good. Fight for the rebound, comes out of bounds. Last touch by Crudup. And LC Bird will take it out in front of their own bench. They've gone over a quarter now of game action without scoring. Williams drives, turn around, put it up, got the foul. Kiki will finally get a chance to go to the free throw line. Foul's going to be on Taya Bolden. That's going to be her second. First team foul of half number 2. Kiki Williams at the line. First shot is good. And the drought is finally done. 37-16. Second shot is good. Williams 2 for 2. She's got 5 now. 37-17. Three-pointer, CC Crudup runs in and out, no good. Rebound, Gatling put it up, no good, but draws the foul. And that might be 3 on Kiki Williams. And it is. Kennedy Maddox will quickly check in for her, and Gatling will go to the charity stripe. First shot for Cam is good. Gatling, whose next stop after Highland Springs, scheduled at this point to be George. Throw rattles home. I know Coach Nyla Millicent up in Fairfax got to be chomping at the bit to get her in the fold. 5:20 to go third quarter. 39-17, number 1 Highland Springs. Caraballo with McBride around her and over her. Turnaround jumper, rims in and out, no good. Gatling gets the rebound. Over to McBride. Nice pass to Coleman, cutting to the basket left side. The assist to Paris McBride, and it's 41-17. Crossing the timeline, Baum puts up a 15-footer, no good. Fight for the rebound. Cam's got 10 of them now. Double-double tonight for Cam. Pass inside for Gatling, knocked away by Maddox. Still remains LC Bird's ball. At the inbounds pass to Paris McBride. Over in the corner, long three-pointer, Crudup, no good. Rebound to Maddie Baum. Baum looking for room to move. Nothing there. Kicks it out, Caraballo. It's going to be stolen by McBride, who stepped in front of the pass. She'll go coast to coast for 2. 43-17. The run is now 34-2. Maddox, top of the circle, gets it inside. Bentley, shot is too strong. Open there underneath and too much on it. Rebound Coleman, lost it to Maya Coleman. She looks down court for Caraballo, couldn't handle it at first, so no transition layup. She comes back out, goes back up, into the lane, too short, rebound, jump ball. Possession arrow will go to Highland Springs. (43-17). Highland Springs with the ball, up 26. Into the corner for Bolden. Back out to McBride, over to Coleman left side. Back to Paris. Gatling, free throw line. Out to Taya. She'll drive. Bolden, put it up. Back iron, no good. Rebound Coleman, no good. Rebound Gatling, and a foul. Foul's going to be on Bentley. And Gatling back to the charity stripe for a couple. First shot, no good. Springer Skyhawks boys varsity action coming up next. About 20 minutes after this one is complete. Here live on the RVA Sports Network. Second free throw for Gatling is up, and it will hit the front of the iron and roll in. 44-17. Springers really haven't had to put much of their pressure full court defense into effect here tonight. That's what usually gets things going. Baum, drive around 2 Springers, put it up in the lane, clanks off the back iron and rolls in. Gets the kind roll. Maddie Baum with her first 2 of the night. Crudup will drive, and she'll draw a foul on Baum. I believe that's 2 on her. At 3:02 to go, third quarter. CC Crudup gets the inbounds pass. She'll drive into the lane and draw another foul. And it's going to be another foul on Baum. So by our count, Kiki Williams, Madison Baum, both with 3 personal fouls for LC Bird. Crudup's first free throw is good. CC had 2 points in the first half. That's her first point here in the second. Second shot is also good. 46-19. They're having trouble getting it in now as they put that pressure on, and they finally get it to Baum, and Coleman's going to tie her up. Jump ball, possession stays with the Skyhawks. Just as I say we hadn't seen it much, Coach Harris employs it. Coleman looking to try to get it inbounds, and does, to Baum. Under 3 to go, third quarter. Madison looking for a screen from Kennedy Maddox. Gets around Gatling, tries to pass it. It's knocked aside by Coleman. Intercepted. Baycott gets it. Her pass, though, knocked aside. Intercepted by Wallace. Back in the game for Bird. Takia down the way. Gets it to Bentley. And she'll draw a foul on Bolden. And that'll be 3 on Taya Bolden. Coach Waller's going to roll the dice and put Kiki Williams back in with 3 personal fouls. Kennedy Maddox will come out at 2:31 left here in the third quarter. Inbounds pass to Williams, and we've got a foul about 25 feet from where the play was. And the foul will be on Jennifer Coleman. Three team fouls this half on Highland Springs. They'll inbound the basketball and almost lose it. Bentley's able to get it. Got it to Wallace. Wallace kicks it out. Baum trying to drive into the lane. Does, and draws a foul. Madison to the line. And that's 2 quick fouls on Jennifer Coleman.
It's under! It's under!
They're going to say the foul occurred before the shot. And so Baum will have to take it out of bounds underneath her own basket. Here comes the Springer pressure. See if they can get it in 5 seconds. Bounce pass into Caraballo. Got it. Shakes away her defender, puts up a 3, and it's good. And Angela finally back on the scoreboard. 46-22 at 2:10 to go, third quarter. Crudup looking to drive on Baum, who's got the 3 fouls. Maddie with a nice job staying at home. Pass left side to Coleman. She'll put it up, and she'll get tied up. Jump ball. Possession arrow stays with Highland Springs, but a nice bit of defense right there by LC Bird. Baycott inbounds to Coleman, inside to Bolden. She'll put up a turnaround jumper, and it's good. Bolden led the team with 9 points first half. She gets 2 there. She has 11 now. 48-22. A minute 40 left, third quarter. Baum double team. Got it to Bentley. Kicks it out. Caraballo for 3 again. Good. Back-to-back trays for Caraballo. 48-25. Long three-pointer. CC Crudup as an air ball. That was ill-advised. I don't think Coach Harris is very happy with that decision. You're up 23 points, waning stages third quarter. Caraballo's hit 2 consecutive threes. The last thing you want is a little run by LC Bird to end the third. Caraballo with it on the out of bounds. She'll drive left baseline. Bounce pass over to Bentley. She'll drive, put it up, no good. Get her own rebound. Shot no good. And Gatling gets the board. Down the court, Coleman has it. She'll put it up. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Maya Coleman. Got it to Bentley, left of the circle. Up top to Caraballo, open another 3. Front iron, no good. Fight for the rebound. Jump ball. It'll stay with the Skyhawks. Inbound, they get it to Bentley. Gatling's all over her in the corner, needs help. Coleman comes, and so does AZ Baycott. Ties her up. Jump ball, possession arrow now to Highland Springs. Final minute, third quarter. Coleman across the timeline. They get it inside. That's Bolden working. Shot short. No good. Got her own rebound. And then the second time up, she'll draw a foul. And that's going to be number 4 on Kiki Williams. Bolden will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. First shot is good. It's 49-25. Bolden's second free throw is up and good. (50-25). Highland Springs. They survived a late rush by Jocelyn Jones against Cosby in the Times-Dispatch Invitational semis. They had no such late run by Monacan when they knocked them off in the championship. Kiki Williams for 3, no good, and the one-handed rebound to Bolden with 10 seconds to go. And here tonight, Highland Springs had a cold start, and then they got going. Ball stolen by Caraballo at midcourt. Coleman goes for the ball, gets a hug instead, and gets whistled for her third foul of the quarter. Suddenly, Jennifer Coleman has 3 personal fouls. Only 2.5 seconds to get a shot off. They get it to Baum at half court. She's got to put it up. She does, and it's too strong off the glass. We're through 3 tonight here live on the RVA Sports Network. Game 1 of our Game of the Week doubleheader. And your score, number 1, Highland Springs 50. And number 3, LC Bird 25. Fourth quarter coming up next right after this. Start the fourth quarter here on Game 1 of the Game of the Week doubleheader on this Monday night. Rob Witham along with you on the RVA Sports Network. Highland Springs 50, LC Bird 25 as Caraballo goes into the lane, and she'll get pushed from behind by Crudup. And that'll be CC's first personal foul. Inbounds pass to Madison Baum. Gets it up top to Caraballo. Keeps the dribble alive. Crudup on her. Angela now lost it. Briefly swatted by Coleman. Back out to Baum. She'll go into the lane. It's blocked by Bolden and saved by Crudup over Caraballo. But they say CC stepped out of bounds. Nice athletic play there by Crudup, but all for naught. The foot in the wrong position. Our good buddy Will over at Watch Sports Wire and Henrico County Schools reports Deep Run leads Hermitage 50-22 after 3 tonight in girls basketball. Driving down the lane is Coleman, and Jennifer Coleman's going to strip it away from her. Turnover to Highland Springs, 7:10 left in the game. Crudup will get the ball, baseline, put up a jumper, no good. Long rebound to A.Z. Baycott. She'll swing it to Gatling, who kicks it to Coleman, top of the key for 3, and it's good. (53-25). Highland Springs on the verge of 14-0. Kiki Williams a long three-pointer. Front of the rim, no good. Rebound to Baycott. Outlet pass to Coleman. She gets double teamed up top, gets it to Crudup at the free throw line, kicks it into the corner for Baycott, back out to Jennifer, 6:23 to go. Inside pass to Gatling, who gets open behind Maddox, shot in and out, no good. Rebound, Bolden up, and a foul. Taya Bolden. She was strong last year, but she is stronger this year down in the box at the basket. The ability to get offensive rebounds. And, of course, with losing Najee Pollard to graduation, Highland Springs needed a second one to step up to replace her. First free throw by Bolden's too strong off the back iron, no good. And Taya, even though she's not as tall as Najee or tall as Cam, has strengthened her upper body and is really asserting herself down low. Second shot off the back iron again, no good, but the long rebound comes out to Jennifer Coleman. She'll find a cutting Gatling. Her layup attempt is no good. Rebound to Bolden. She'll put it up, and it'll go in and one. Foul's going to be on Nautica Jones into the game for LC Bird, her first, and Bolden with a chance at the traditional three-point play. Has a beauty of a pass from Coleman to a cutting Gatling, who just put too much on her layup attempt, but Taya was there again. She will make this free throw off the front iron, the glass, and rolls in to complete the three-point plays. 56-25. Inbounds to Caraballo. They pick up the full court pressure this time. Caraballo with McBride on her. Angela to Kiki Williams, who comes up top to help her. Gatling's on her. Over to Baum. Coleman picking her up. Baum gets away from her, puts up the shot, no. Off the back iron of the rim, no good. Didn't put enough strength on it. McBride will cut it into the corner for Coleman. She'll put up a three. It's too strong. Long rebound to Maddie Baum. And we get a foul, and that's Maddie Baum to the free throw line, down 56-25 with 5:37 to go. Still to come, the boys, number 2 LC Bird and Highland Springs here on the Game of the Week. Stay tuned. It'll be 20 minutes following the conclusion of this one. Maddie's first shot is good, and Baum will get one more, 56-26. Coach Waller's going to have to hit the reboot button here on this team mentally. Second shot good. They can't dwell on tonight because they got to turn around and take on Tyra Whitehead and Jocelyn Jones and Cosby at home tomorrow night. McBride into the corner. Gaithers for three. She's into the game. Her shot no good. Long rebound to Nautica Jones. Baum brings it across the timeline. 5:15 remaining. Springers by 29. Baum into the corner for Kiki Williams. Tries to get around Gatling. Can't. Shot partially blocked. Bolden with the basketball. Gets it down court to a cutting Gatling, who puts it up too strong. Rebound Gaithers. She's double teamed. It's knocked out of bounds. And the Springers will retain. LC Bird scored 12 points in the first quarter. Inside pass for Gatling, and she lays it in for 2. In the last 19 and a half minutes, they've scored 15. 12 and 8, 15 ever since. Baum out to Williams up top. She can't get the 3 off because Cam Gatling's on her. Baum will drive into the lane, put it up, and get the kind roll for 2. 58-29 as we approach the midway part of the fourth quarter. Gaithers will drive down the lane for 2, and relatively easily 2, I might add. Jalen's first 2 of the night. Timeout, LC Bird. Yeah, that was too easy, and Coach Waller wants a conversation. Again, this team they played Monacan Thursday night, lost, first loss of the year. Saturday night here at Highland Springs, they beat Western Branch in overtime, 56-54. They come back here tonight. They're 406 away from their second loss of the year. And then tomorrow night, they got number 4 Cosby coming in. And then Thursday night, I know Midlothian is not the Midlothian of this year, but they can still give you, of last year, I should say, but they can still give you fits on the road to Midlothian. What a stretch of games for Bird. Right now, if they just kind of come out of it unscathed, mentally, no injuries, then they'll be better off come February and battle-tested for the conference and regional tournaments. They can get out of Conference 12, which they may have to end up finding these springers on their bracket as well. Highland Springs in Conference 12 now, not Conference 11. Maya Coleman in the lane. She'll put up a jumper. It's no good. Bolden got the rebound. She gets tied up by Jones. Jump ball. And the possession arrow belongs to Highland Springs. 60-29, 3:35 to go. They get it out to Bolden. She'll put up a 3, and it's good. It's the only thing Taya hadn't done tonight, hit a 3-pointer. Now she has. She has 19 points for Highland Springs, 3:20 to go, 63-29. Baum to Maya Coleman up top. Paris McBride picks her up, bounce pass to Baum, trying to get around Baycott. Nothing there. Highland Springs continuing the suffocating man-to-man defense. Into the lane, Coleman puts it up, no good. Jones fights for the rebound, Bolden gets it. Taya will kick it out to Gatling, who will give it to Paris McBride. Send it over to Baycott. Into the lane, it's Bolden. She gets the pass, put it up, no good. Fight for the rebound, and Kiki Williams will grab that one. Baum drives, gets around Baycott, draws the foul. No. It's traveling, the violation against the Skyhawks. So, 2:36 to go, and liberal substitutions beginning. Shadiah Hood gets her first action of the night. Desiree Mosley into the game for Highland Springs. Bolden's night could be finished with those 19 points. Baum will go to the free throw line, and she'll make the first free throw and get one more shot. Second shot up and good. 63-31, 2.5 minutes to go. Pass inside intended for Mosley, knocked away, but last touched by Desiree. So the turnover to LC Bird. Again, Bird at home. It's pink out night tomorrow night against Cosby, a 7:15 start at LC Bird High School. Number 3 versus number 4 in our top 10. Maya Coleman looking to drive. Kicks it to Nautica Jones, who lost it. Gaithers had it, lost it, picked up by Coleman. Is able to get it to Wallace. Wallace, left side. Maya Coleman with it. Looking for any room to run, to move. Nice pass inside. They kick it back out, though. There's nothing there. There's just nothing available. Everything's hard to come by. Wallace gets an open jumper, and she'll hit the 3. So nice patience on that possession by LC Bird, 63-34. McBride bounce pass to Gaithers, back out top to McBride. Final minute, 38 game. Boys varsity coming up in 20 plus here on the Game of the Week on the RVA Sports Network. McBride is open for three. It's short. Rebound. Baycott, no good. Got her own rebound. Puts it up and fouled. AZ hasn't scored tonight. She's got some rebounds. AZ to the free throw line. And her first shot's off the back iron, no good. Amani Fuller will check back in. Basket by Maya Coleman. Her first two of the night. 65-36, and Coach Harris timeout. Coach called time ostensibly to get Fuller into the game before any more time ran down. 1:10 remaining. So the Deep Run girls, who are just outside of our top 10, are going to beat Hermitage, expected. They go to Patrick Henry, the number 10th ranked Patriots, on Wednesday night. And what could be a game for them to work themselves back into the top 10 if they could win on the road against their former Colonial District rivals. Hood is going to get fouled. Fouls on Nautica Jones. And Shadiah Hood to the free throw line. First free throw off the front of the rim, no good. She'll get one more. As we are about on time, the boys' game will start not too long after 7:30 tonight. Second shot by Hood, no good. Long rebound, comes out to Akwart into the game. Gets it to Wallace. Final minute of the game. Long pass down to Nautica Jones, goes through her hands and out of bounds to Highland Springs. Final 43 seconds. 65-36. Fuller for three. It's no good, and Coleman will get the rebound. Looking to drive, double team, kicks it out to Wallace. She'll pass it to Akwart. She's open, puts up a jumper too strong. Final 20 seconds to go. Offensive rebound to Wallace. Over to Baum, and her jumper's good. Final 10 seconds and a strong foul on the inbounds pass between Gaithers and Baum. Excuse me, the referees come in very quickly. And Baum will get to go to the free throw line. First shot is good. Second shot also good, and Madison has 12 points tonight. Caraballo leads with 16. And that's going to do it. McBride over the timeline, and we're done. Congratulations to number 1 Highland Springs. They have definitely asserted themselves at this point of the season to be the top-ranked team in girls basketball in the RVA as they knock off number 3 LC Bird. Final score, Highland Springs 65, LC Bird 40. Springers are now 14-0. It was 15-9 early second quarter. The rest of the way, it was 56-25. Congratulations to the Springers. They're 14-0. Next up, Hanover here tomorrow night. And then they'll go to Armstrong Friday, weather permitting. You'll recall that's who they played here opening night in mid-December, and they lost 126-39. LC Bird goes to 9-2. They host Cosby tomorrow night in another top 5 showdown. And then Thursday, they go to Midlothian to take on the Trojans. Weekend report, thanks to our friends at Watch Sports Wire. Thank you, Will, for the update. Deep Run girls have defeated Hermitage. Final score there, 59-38. So the Deep Run girls get a win tonight over the Hermitage Panthers. 59-38 the final. And here, your final score, number 1 Highland Springs 65 and number 3 LC Bird 40. Well, coming up just under 20 minutes from now, it will be the number 2 ranked LC Bird Skyhawks boys basketball team, also coming in with a record of 9-1, taking on the 8-6 Springers of Highland Springs, who just gave their coach, George Lancaster, his 700th career victory back on Thursday night with a win over arch rival Verina. What a setting for that to be. And now they look for win 701 for their coach, but it's going to be a tall order, trying to take on the Skyhawks of LC Bird, whose only loss this year was a week ago Saturday night against Bethel in the VirginiaPreps.com Classic over at J.R. Tucker. 65-40 our final. We will return momentarily. More action still to come here on our doubleheader special Monday night edition of the Game of the Week, here live and exclusively on the RVA Sports Network. We'll be back in just a few minutes. Okay, well, it was supposed to start. There was supposed to be this really nice start, and it just didn't do it. Been a night of technical. Maybe my equipment is cold. With the weather the way it is outside, holy cow. You know, you just never know sometimes. Doubleheader action, game 2. The boys, LC Bird, Highland Springs. All right, let's get it started right now. Honest, really. Right now. Thank you. Thank you so many times. Holy cow. Well, I will say we are hoping that game number 2 will be a little bit more exciting than game number 1. It's doubleheader Monday night on the special holiday edition of the Game of the Week here on your exclusive home for high school sports all season long, the RVA Sports Network. Rob with them along with you live at Highland Springs High School. Man, I feel like we've been living here. We were here Thursday night to cover George Lancaster's 700th win. Then we came back on Friday afternoon to cover the Atlee Midlothian opener in the StatVA.com Girls Basketball Classic. Our article on Atlee's Ashley Weaver, who has hit the 1,000-point club, becoming the first Atlee Raider to do that in 3 years, will be coming out in this week's edition of the Hanover Herald Progress newspaper. And then we flew over to Hanover High in the pouring rain Friday night for Hanover Lee Davis boys basketball. We'll have an article on that in this week's Herald Progress. Then back over here Saturday night for the triple header. 3 games, Cosby Edison, LC Birds overtime win over Western Branch, and then Highland Springs beating Bethel 78-35 at the Stat VA tournament. And yesterday I took my daughter back to college at Longwood University. So she's back in Lancer country in Farmville. Starts second semester action tomorrow. Imagine if, you did college courses play-by-play like you do basketball or football. That would be interesting. And now back here tonight for this doubleheader. Yeah, we've been looking forward to this game. For a while we thought it was just the boys game, and we got confirmation a couple of weeks ago that it was going to be the girls-boys doubleheader, which made tonight even more appealing. And we've been really looking forward to this matchup between the Springers, who, again, we talked earlier, if you weren't with us during the girls' game, I think it was at halftime, we were talking about how, yes, Highland Springs boys team went off to a bit of a slow start this year, but they had a couple of players still playing football early on. They got them into the fold. They struggled during the Times Dispatch Invitational Tournament. They lost all 3 of their games there. So 3 of their 6 losses came in that 3-day stretch just before Christmas. Since then, things have begun to turn around for them. McKee Becton has become more of a force inside for them, which has definitely helped their game. And they've been able to kind of get more in sync, and they looked really impressive in the win over Varina. Varina came in last week on that Thursday night game, ranked 10th in our top 10 poll. They had debuted that week in our poll, and they lost there on Thursday night. Couple that with how well Cosby has played the last couple of weeks, and Cosby replaces Varina in the top 10. The new top 10 was released last night. If you haven't seen the latest boys and girls basketball top 10 polls, then just go to RVASportsNetwork.com. That's RVASportsNetwork.com. They are there for you to see right now. So is the Monday night scoreboard, which we're going to get ready to update here in just a moment with the finals of both the boys and the girls. Both the girls' games that were scheduled in the area. There were actually 3. Atlee and Thomas Jefferson were supposed to play tonight too, and we were hoping to get a final on that one as well. So to wrap up the girls' game, Highland Springs falls behind 15-9 early in the second quarter. But the rest of the half belonged to the Springers. LC Bird scores 12 in the first 8 minutes. And then they went in a stretch of a little over 2 quarters where they scored just 15 more. And then they got some points late, finishing up at 40. 65-40, the final score in that game. And so Highland Springs, the girls, are unbeaten at 14-0, and they have beaten everybody else in our top 6 of our top 10, with the exception of Huguenot. They have not faced Huguenot this season, but they faced Monacan at the Times-Dispatch tournament final. They beat Cosby in the semifinal. That was the closest game they had all year long. You'll recall Jocelyn Jones scored 10 points in the last 90 seconds at Clover Hill High School, putting up a frantic comeback. But it fell short as Highland Springs escaped with a 52-49 win. And now here they are at 14-0. Taya Bolden with 19 points, 16 for Jennifer Coleman, 15 points, and 14 rebounds for Cam Gatling tonight. Springers will host Hanover and be prohibitively favored tomorrow night. And they will go to Armstrong, weather permitting, on Monday night. And let's take a moment, since we have a little bit of time. We're a little under 10 minutes away from the start of the lineups. Take a moment to remind you of what the RVA Sports Network, for those of you who have joined us over the last several months on Twitter, whether on our main network feed at the RVA Sportsnet, or if you follow us in your county to follow your team at Hanover Sports, at Henrico Sports, or at Chesterfield Sports on Twitter. We do talk more about, and if you see our Twitter profile, we say we talk about all the sports in the county, all the sports in the region, news, weather, traffic, and what you're talking about. And certainly there will be a lot of people talking about weather in the next 72 hours or so. And yes, we will cover the impending weather because it will affect games, it will affect school days, it will affect travel. And so we'll keep you posted on the weather. And so for those of you who weren't with us last winter and you're with us on Twitter now, yes, we do talk about the weather. Yes, we do keep you posted on school closings and traffic and other situations, winter weather advisories and watches and warnings. And that's one of the things that we do at HCS Media LLC. Our motto is sports, family, life. We cover sports first, but we're all about family. And when it comes to life, we want to make sure that we give you all the information to keep you and your family safe. So we'll keep you posted as the storm gets closer, but we're not worried about it right now. In front of us right now are the Springers and the Skyhawks as we get set for the boys' game here live on the RVA Sports Network. Springers are at 8-6, and the Skyhawks are 9-1. Next week, our game of the week will be on Friday night, and we will be in Mechanicsville. It'll be Hall of Fame night at Lee Davis High School. Their third class will be inducted into their Athletic Hall of Fame. And I don't know if you know this or not, but one of the members, the newest members of the Hall of Fame, is Kim Fields. She graduated from Lee Davis in 1993. She is now one of the vice presidents of communications for the National Football League. She will not be able to attend the ceremony because she's going to be in Hawaii getting ready for the Pro Bowl. That's Sunday night, the 31st of January. So we will miss Kim, but I'm sure she will be well represented. Hall of Fame banquet is that evening. We'll be at the basketball gym for the doubleheader. It's the Tomato Bowl basketball style. Patrick Henry at Lee Davis. That's next Friday night, 6 o'clock airtime. here on the RBA Sports Network. And we started this afternoon sitting down looking at the final 2 weeks of the regular season to make our determination as to what our game of the week will be the week of February 1st and the week of February 8th. And as soon as we get them squared away and get permission from the correct high school athletic directors, we will let you know that. And, of course, we keep our broadcast schedule updated at all of our websites. Just look on the right-hand side of the page at rbasportsnetwork.com for that information. It is 7:30 on this very frigid Monday night in the RVA, and we are a little less than 6 minutes away from starting lineups. Springers and Skyhawks coming up in just a couple of moments. If you missed the girls' game, number 1 Highland Springs defeats number 3 LC Bird 65-40 to improve to 14-0 on the season. LC Bird falls to 9-2, and they host Cosby in Pink Out Night for Cancer Research and Awareness tomorrow night, 7:15. That'll be, of course, at LC Bird in Chester. And then the Skyhawks have to go to Midlothian on Thursday night, weather permitting. Highland Springs now 14-0. They host Hanover here tomorrow night, and then Friday night, weather permitting, they go to face Armstrong. All right, friends, we're going to take a very quick timeout and get ready for game number 2. Starting lineup should be announced here in just a few minutes. Give us a couple of moments to catch our breath. We'll get ready to go, and it will be time for game 2 of our doubleheader. Coming up next, here live on the RBA Sports Network.
Crown Limousine Service, Ashland and Richmond's full-service limousine company. Your best choice for business travel to Dulles, Reagan, Norfolk International, and Newport News Williamsburg airports. Crown Limousine is the mark of excellence. Call them 24/7, 368-0229, 368-0229. Reservations are now being accepted for their annual Tacky Light Holiday Tour. Crown Limousine Service. Online at crownlimousine.net, 368-0229.
Sheehy Ford Ashland is as close as your keypad. Just go to sheehyfordashland.com. Or you can come by their beautiful facility on Highway 1 south of Ashland and check out the Quick Lane Service Center. They service all makes and models with a 17 multi-point inspection free of charge. And Sheehy does great things for the community too, like supporting Habitat for Humanity and the Massey Cancer Center, plus many others. Good people giving back to the community. That's Sheehy Ford in Ashland and at sheehyfordashland.com.
Just a couple of minutes left until we get set for starting lineups, and we'll get this thing underway. Game number 2 of our doubleheader tonight. Number 2 LC Bird at 9-1, taking on the 8-6 Springers of Highland Springs, who last time out here in the Hudson Gym on George Lancaster Court, they got win number 700 for the ball coach. Win number 600 was a win over Hopewell back in late 2010, so it took a little over 5 years. The coach made the 700 club. Congratulations to him. We were there on Thursday night, or I should say here on Thursday night, and that was a fantastic performance by the Springers with all the pressure, and the fans were here, and of course it was against their arch rivals in Varina, and they had plenty of fans here. It's a very good atmosphere, and they came up with not just a win, but a pretty convincing victory. But boy, they're stepping up in class tonight as they get set to welcome number 2 LC Bird. And it was razor thin close whether LC Bird maybe would ascend to number 1 or maybe Deep Run would overtake them and become number 1. And Deep Run did become the new number 1 team in our RVA Sports Network boys top 10 basketball poll that was released last night. LC Bird hung steady at number 2. Henrico fell to 3. St. Christopher's at 4. John Marshall at 5. Trinity Episcopal remained at number 6. Interestingly enough, we had the shake-up top of the boys poll. The girls poll remained exactly the same. I think that's the first time this year that either poll had no changes at all from 1 to 10. And there's some pretty interesting top 10 games still to come in the girls' side this week, I should say. We mentioned number 3, LC Bird hosting number 4, Cosby tomorrow night. Deep Run goes to number 10, Patrick Henry on Wednesday. And then a rematch of a very physical encounter we watched last Tuesday night. Number 8, J.R. Tucker going to number 9, Glen Allen on Thursday night in a game that was originally scheduled for tonight, and they moved it off the holiday back 72 hours to Thursday. All right, fans, starting lineups getting ready to be announced here. Courtside at Highland Springs, and we're set for action between the Skyhawks and the Springers. Quick introduction being done from our friends here at the table, the scorers table to my right. We are located just to the left of the scorers table, right next to the visiting bench here in the Hudson Gym at Highland Springs High School. And we'll get started here in just a moment. We're only a little less than 10 minutes behind schedule, which isn't so bad. Springers again coming in at 8-6. Got that 700th win for Coach Lancaster last Thursday night here against Varina. So tonight they can focus on LC Bird. They don't have to worry about trying to get 700. That accomplishment has been done. Now the starting lineups. First for the visiting number 2 ranked Skyhawks. Mario Haskett and Pinky Wiley, of course, in the starting lineup. So is, of course, Charles Falden, who came into his own last year during Bird's run to the regional semifinals. And Giles Webster and Cam Henry round out your starting lineups for number 2 LC Bird. Now your starters for the upset-minded Springers of Highland Springs. This is a big game for this young team, considering these two teams may see each other again come Conference 12 tournament time. Starting lineup for Highland Springs, including Josh Walton, Deonovan Ramseur, also in the lineup. So is R.J. Young. Nathaniel Pollard, the younger brother of Najee Pollard, getting the start. And rounding out your starting 5, becoming a force down low, and they're going to need his help tonight. Coming over from the football team, McKee Becton. Becton, Pollard, Young, Ramseur, and Walton. Your starting 5 for Highland Springs. Haskett, Wiley, Falden, Webster, and Henry. Your starting 5 for the Skyhawks of LC Bird. Mark Davis is in the house, so you'll be able to see highlights from tonight's game coming up new at 11 on NBC 12, Richmond's #1 choice for news. And we are very proud to continue our partnership with our friends, Mark and Matt and the gang over at NBC 12. No offense to Mark, but I may be watching more of Jim Duncan than I am Mark Davis over the next 72 hours or so. Time for the tip. It'll be Webster and Becton at center court. And we are ready. For the #2 Skyhawks at 9-1. And the Highland Springs Springers, they are now at 8-6 on the season, coming off that emotional win over Verina Thursday night, getting career win number 700 for their coach, George Lancaster. Waiting for the referee. He has come to center court. We're ready. The ball's in the air, and we get a whistle. Excuse me. Referee near side asks for a redo, and we do it. Wonder if maybe the coin didn't flip like Saturday night in the overtime there with Green Bay and Arizona. Tip controlled by Bird, and we're underway. Wiley looking inside. Falden, turnaround jumper, back iron, no good, and the long rebound to Walton. Walton up top to Ramseur, back to Walton, right side. Looking inside, nothing there. Donovan takes it up top. Over to R.J. Young. Back to Ramseur, back to Young. 2-3 zone for L.C. Bird. Walton will come up top, and they'll recall the play. They bring Becton out on the right wing. Pollard here to the left. Pretty good size and height in for Highland Springs right now. That's why the Skyhawks are answering with a 2-3 zone. Bounce pass left side to Young. Haskett quickly there. Nothing there. We're a minute in. No score. Young left of the circle. He'll put up a 3. Front iron, no good. Becton gets the rebound. Fights, puts it up, no good. Out of bounds. And it will go to L.C. Bird. So each team comes up empty in their first possession. A minute 10 in, no score. Swing it to Wiley, left wing. Looks in the corner for Falden. Pollard on him. Back up top to Wiley. Whip it over to Haskett right of the circle. Ramseur will guard him defensively. Man-to-man defense by the Springers. 90 seconds in, no score. Henry up top to Falden, left side. Wiley will feed Falden right back. He'll put it up in the lane. Rims out, no good. Offensive rebound. Kick over to Henry for 3. Long rebound to Ramseur. He'll drive the length of the court and draw foul. Foul's going to go on Mario Haskett. That's his first personal and the first foul of the entire night. And Donovan will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. First shot is up and off the back iron. No good. One more free throw coming. The lefty fires, and that one goes in. First point of the night belongs to Highland Springs. 1-0. 2 minutes into the game. Falden, right wing. Gets away from Ramseur. Bounce pass inside to Webster. Then over to Henry. Back around. Open for 3 is Haskett. No good. Fight for the rebound off the glass. Becton gets it. But he'll travel. Webster had an arm in there, and Becton was trying to get away. And when he did, he moved his pivot foot. And a turnover to the Skyhawks. They get it into Webster, who whips it up top to Cam Henry. Wiley calls the play. 5:40 to go, first quarter. 1-0 Highland Springs. Wiley to Henry. Top to Falden. Left to Wiley. Looking inside. Haskett gets the turnaround 15-footer left side. It's good. Haskett for 2. Skyhawks up 2-1. Walton drives, kicks it to Ramseur in the corner. Now inside to Becton, who'll put it up and in, and a foul. McKee Becton with a possibility for a 3-point play, and the personal foul will go on Giles Webster. his first and the team's second. Free throw is up and good. 4-2. Springers by 2. Wiley cuts into the lane, and he's going to get called for the travel. Look to fake to the right and move to the left, and shifted the foot just a bit. Coming down the lane, they look for Becton. Shot partially blocked. Nice job there. Webster on the rebound. Get it to Wiley. He'll drive around Young and in for 2. Pinky Wiley quickly down court. It's Josh Walton, and he'll answer for 2. And we've put on the accelerator here in this one. Haskett thought about a 3, decided not. They'll whip it around. Falden right wing, inside to Webster, back to Charles. He'll drive the lane, put it up. We got a foul at 4:29 left first quarter. It'll be the first one on Becton, and if any player of Highland Springs that's got to stay out of foul trouble, it would be McKee Becton. And quickly, Coach Lancaster to the bench. Jermel Billingsley is going to check in a moment. Falden at the line. His first free throw is good. He's on the scoreboard. And the Skyhawks can tie it at 6 if he makes another. Second shot is good. And we're tied 6-6 with 4:25 left here in the first quarter. Now some pressure, and it pays off at midcourt. Taki Williams gets the turnover for LC Bird. Right side. Henry looking for help. Swings it to Haskett. Thought about a long 3. He'll drive. Kick it across to Falden for 3. Too strong, no good. Rebound, though, to Williams. No good. Fight for the rebound comes all the way out to midcourt. Henry gets the board. Bird retains possession. Tied at 6, just over 4 minutes in. Williams almost traveled up top. Now he'll look to drive. Kick into the corner for Haskett. He'll drive the baseline, give it to Williams. He wasn't ready for it. Stripped. Walton drives. He gets stripped by Falden. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Springers. Nice defense on both ends of the floor. 6-6. We're tied. 3:33 to go, first quarter. Inside to Ramseur. He'll put up a long three-pointer. No good. Fight for the rebound. Billingsley gets it. He'll put it up and in. Jermel Billingsley for 2. Springers up 8-6. 3:18 and counting first quarter. Falden right wing. Bring it up top, swing it to Haskett. Fake to 3, drives, turnaround. Good. And 1 or not. No. They're going to say turnover. No good. The ball went into the basket, but they wave it off. Turnover to Highland Springs. Quickly, shot no good. Young gets the rebound in the lane and puts it up for 2. Coach Troy Mans wants to know why that shot didn't count. 2:50 to go. He's asking for the referee to take care of it. Coach Lancaster's coming up now, and now the coaches are talking in the middle of a play. It's getting a bit surreal as Webster goes down the lane and draws a foul. Foul is going to go, I believe, on Young, and that would be his first. They are now counting the basket. So they have that, and that's what Coach Mans was all. He just wanted the score that the basket did count. And they've got that taken care of. Coach Lancaster came in, and for a minute we were playing ball, and both coaches were talking to each other. Giles Webster, meanwhile, is at the charity stripe with a chance to tie this game up. Pinky Wiley will check into the next break, which will probably be after this free throw. Webster, shot, good. Ten to 9, Wiley in. Cam Henry will take a seat. Webster can tie it with a second free throw. Spins the ball, puts it up. Back iron, no good. Fight for the rebound. It comes out to Josh Walton. And he'll get stripped by Wiley and draw a foul on Walton, who pushed him trying to get the ball back across the way. Beckton will check back in. Arthur Radford will get his first action of the night for Highland Springs. Pollard is having a seat. 10-9, 2:30 to go first quarter. Springers up by 1. Wiley left wing, quickly inside. Nothing there for Taki Williams. Up top to Falden. Haskett, turnaround at the free throw line. Right side, no good. Ramseur with a rebound. Gets it to Walton. Quickly to Radford for 3. Short. Rebound. Taken by Haskett. Very nicely done. He'll drive. Bounce pass to Taki Williams. No good, but a foul. And the foul's going to be on Arthur Radford. That'll be his first and the 4th team foul against Highland Springs. With 2:02 to go first quarter, Skyhawks can take the lead with a pair. First shot good. And Taki Williams on the board. He'll get one more free throw. Tied at 10. Shot is up and good. Skyhawks take the lead. (11-10). Full court pressure. Almost lost it. It goes to Ramseur. He's going to drive to the basket, put it up too strong. Rebound Beckton, put it up no good. And Taki Williams with the rebound. Quickly down court to Falden, and he'll drive the lane and draw the second foul on McKee Beckton. And there's that foul trouble that we were talking about. Beckton now has 2. First free throw before Charles Falden is good. Beckton's going to have to sit down. Pollard comes in. Webster out and Henry in. Second free throw rolls home. And Falden has 4. 13-10. Bounce pass to Billingsley in the baseline, and he couldn't handle it from Ramseur. Goes out of bounds, and a turnover to L.C. Bird. And suddenly the Skyhawks can get a little breathing room. Up by 3 with 90 seconds left first quarter. Wiley up top. Right side to Henry. Back up top. Then around left to Wiley. Wiley to a cutting Haskett. Another jumper. No good. Likes that left side of the free throw line area. With the rebound to Billingsley. Driving the lane. Up off the glass and no good. The shot there. Rebound Williams. Get it to Falden. He'll drive for 2. And it'll go in and out. The iron unkind to everybody in this stretch. Final minute, first quarter. (13-10). Number 2, L.C. Bird. And the Springers will be very happy to take the last shot. Skyhawks showing no interest in coming out and playing them yet defensively. They're sitting in their 2-3 zone. Coach Lancaster calling out the signals. And the clock keeps running. 20 seconds in the first quarter. Now they start. Rotate left side, back up top. Ramseur over to Billingsley. 6 to go. RJ Young, top of the circle. He'll drive, put it up. In and out, no good. Rebound to Williams. That'll do it for quarter number 1. Takee Williams has 2 points, 4 rebounds, and after 1 period tonight, number 2 LC Bird leads Highland Springs. Your score, Skyhawks 13, Springers 10. Back after this 60-second timeout on the Game of the Week on the RVA Sports Network. $13-10 is our score as we start quarter number 2. Basketball belongs to Highland Springs. They are down by 3. Pass in the corner, stolen. Cam Henry gets it. Pass inside, and the Springers get it right back. Young from behind, Takee Williams grabs it. And then he tries to get to Haskett, and it's stolen by Josh Walton. Keystone Cops, first 30 seconds. Walton drives the lane and puts it in for 2. With the left hand, 13-12. First 30 seconds of the second quarter. Pinky Wiley gets it up top and says, let's slow this thing down a bit and run our play, shall we? Cam Henry, right wing. Up top to Fulton, around to Wiley. Wiley looking to see if he can get Haskett. Now he's going to put up a 3 instead, and it's good. Wiley has 5. Biggest lead tonight so far, 4 for LC Bird. It's 16-12, a minute into the second quarter. Walton will reset up top for Highland Springs with a record of 8-6 in what is going to be a rough and tumble Conference 12 come tournament time. We'll talk about that at halftime. Walton will reset. Young hands it to him. Ramseur going to come out to help him. Coach Lancaster tells him to kick it out. Get in the gap, kick it out. Pollard. I feel like I'm sitting in a practice right now. It's very quiet in the gym. You can hear Coach Lancaster everywhere. Walton got help from Young. Back to Josh up top. 6:15 to the half. 16-12. This possession is approaching 1 minute old. Skyhawks playing nice defense, and Coach Lancaster says, we got to talk about this. Timeout, Highland Springs. So 6:09 to the half. It's 16-12 LC Bird. Number 1 deep run leads number 9 Hermitage 20-19 after 1 quarter tonight in their Colonial District showdown. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the terms Colonial District and Capital District and Dominion District and Central District, if you're new to high school sports in the last few years, it looks like you're going to have to get used to them again. We talk about Virginia High School League's latest possible restructuring of reclassification on the new Central Region Now podcast that dropped last night. Download the podcast anytime at rvasportsnetwork.com. Top of the page, rvasportsnetwork.com. Our weekly look inside all the sports going on in the RVA. Out of the timeout, coach calls the play. Ramseur, right wing, looking inside. Billingsley's not available. They get it to Walton. He'll look to drive, and he'll get a foul, and it's offensive. They're going to say Walton with the push of the left arm. And now definite foul trouble for Highland Springs. Walton has 2. Becton has 2. Takee Williams will check out. Wiley will come back in. So it's Wiley, Falden, Webster, Henry, Haskett. Your starting 5 for the Skyhawks. With the ball up 4. 5:40 to the half, 16-12, LC Bird. Wiley, pass, tipped, knocked his way. Walton gets it in the lane, finger roll, short, no good, and the rebound to Falden. Fight for it down on the floor, and they're going to say before jump ball, Coach Troy Manns gets a timeout while Falden still had possession. Timeout, LC Bird with the 4-point lead, 16-12. Don't forget, next week's basketball game of the week is also a doubleheader. We'll be on next Friday, January 29th, from Mechanicsville. Got to put a good old Hall's cough drop in, folks. Sorry about that. Patrick Henry at Lee Davis, the Tomato Bowl basketball style. Girls game at 6, boys about 7:30 on Hall of Fame night at Lee Davis. Our game of the week on the RVA Sports Network 1 week from Friday night. Out of the timeout, Bird inbounds the ball. Haskett will walk it across the timeline. 16-12, LC Bird, 5:20 to go, first half. Henry to Falden, then over to Wiley left side. Needs a little help. Webster provides it. Henry to Falden, back to Henry right wing. Nothing there, and Haskett will come help. Henry looks again. Falden gets a circle. Webster comes in. Nice shot underneath, and it's blocked. Great job by Nathaniel Pollard. Double team on the other end. Ramseur losing the ball. Kind of pushes it on the floor to his teammate, who will draw the foul, driving the baseline. It wasn't pretty, but it got the job done. It'll be Falden's first personal foul. Just the third on Bird. Young to the free throw line. And the first one rims out, no good. One more to come. Springers try to cut it to 3. Young shot is in and out, no good. Rebound, fought for, and last touch by Billingsley, out of bounds to LC Bird. We had that one little sequence where things were kind of high-paced for about 30 seconds. Other than that, it's been a pretty slow-going game. 16-12, approaching the midway point of the second quarter. Get it inside to Webster. He'll put up a turnaround hook shot and use the glass for 2. Giles Webster with 3 points, 18-12. Quickly down court, long three-point shot in the corner, no good. Transition rebound to Wiley. He'll go coast to coast. Shot no good. Webster there for the rebound. Goes in and out, no good. And Billingsley gets the board. Oh, Webster got robbed that time. Young to Ramseur. Loses the ball. Just barely keeps it from going back court. 18-12. Bird by 6. Ramseur. Wiley's going to come out and play him. Haskett's going to play Walton here to this side. 2-3 zone with a little bit of man-to-man up top to keep the Springers honest. Walton shovels it to Ramseur. He looks to drive, lost the ball. Falden has it. He'll go coast to coast for 2. Bird by 8. 20-12, 3:10 to the half, and a foul. As Walton drove into the lane. And they'll call the foul on Wiley, his first. Highland Springs ball, but suddenly down by 8, 20-12, approaching 3 minutes to the half. RJ Young for 3, good. Young has 5, it's back down to 5 at 20-15. .243 to go to the half. Driving inside nicely with a scoop shot, left side, right hand, Wiley for 2. Oh, what an acrobatic move there by Pinky Wiley. 22-15. Bird's biggest lead is 8. It's currently at 7. Young thought about a 3 up top. Back up to Walton. Bounce pass to Pollard. Tries to go in the lane, loses the ball. Haskett has it 2-on-1. Drive blocked. Rebound Webster, no. Rebound Walton, he'll run with it. He'll put it up and score. Josh Walton has 6. Oh, man. 4-point turnaround there. It should have been a 9-point Skyhawk lead. Instead, it's 22-17. 1:45 to the half. Falden up top, left side to Wiley. Walton on him. Back to Charles, top of the key. Looks for Henry. He tries to go inside to Webster. Young saw it, bats it out of bounds. It'll stay with LC Bird. Skyhawks try to draw you out the perimeter and then have somebody sneak in underneath. It's worked a couple of times so far. That time Young recognized it, got back and knocked the pass away. Inbounds to Webster. They get it up top to Henry. Final 90 seconds of the half. Haskett's going to drive, stop, put up a 15-footer. Good. Mario Haskett with 6 points. 24-17, LC Bird. Number 2 team in our RVA Sports Network Top 10 high school boys basketball poll. Avent into the game for the Springers. They get it to Pollard. He looks to go down the lane. Stolen again. Outlet pass to Wiley. His shot no good, but there to clean it up is Falden. The rebound and 2. Biggest lead of the night for the Skyhawks is right now, 26-17. Final 45 seconds of the half. Becton's 2 fouls has hurt Highland Springs. Not been able to do a whole lot underneath. And looks like they'll hold for the last shot. Up top, it's Young. Thought about a long 3. Back over to Walton. 9 seconds left. They got to run it now. Josh brings it out at 4 seconds. 3. Top of the key 3. Back iron no good. Rebound Webster. And the half is complete. That had to be frustrating for Coach Lancaster just to see that opportunity go by the boards. And at the break, the Skyhawks enjoy the 9-point lead. Halftime here at Highland Springs, number 2, LC Bird with the 26-17 advantage. Here live tonight on the RVA Sports Network, high school basketball game of the week, doubleheader. Game number 2, if you missed game 1, the top-ranked Springer girls get down early, 15-9. And then Highland Springs runs away from them, going to 14-0 with a 65-40 victory over the Skyhawks, who fall to 9-2 and have to host number 4 Cosby tomorrow night in a Pink Out for Cancer game tomorrow night, 7:15 in Chester. Highland Springs gets Hanover here tomorrow night and then goes to Armstrong on Friday. If they get those 2 wins, then they'll be looking at 16-0 with 3 weeks remaining in the regular season If they finished the regular season unbeaten, it would be the second consecutive year they did it. As you'll recall, they went unbeaten in the regular season last year. Their only loss in the regional semis to LC Bird. So we are at halftime. Skyhawks lead it by 9. We're back in just a couple of minutes. Talk a little bit about this new Conference 12 configuration and just how crazy the boys basketball tournament could be come mid-February, as we continue here on Doubleheader Monday night. Live from Highland Springs on the RVA Sports Network. We're back in just a moment. So 8 points for Charles Falden to lead all scorers, 7 for Pinky Wiley, 6 for Mario Haskett to lead number 2 LC Bird, leading at the half 26-17 over Highland Springs, who's led by 6 points for Josh Walton and 5 for RJ Young. We just got the halftime score across town at Hermitage High School. And it is a battle. Number 1, Deep Run, 36. Number 9, Hermitage, 36. Deep Run ascended to the number 1 position by virtue, thank you, of their 65-60 win here on the game of the week last Wednesday night at then number 1 Henrico, ending Henrico's 33-game winning streak. Deep Run has won once since then at Douglas Freeman on Friday night. But tonight was going to be a test against an up-and-coming Hermitage squad coming off a surprising loss to Thomas Jefferson in their last game, which was almost a week ago. So they're all even, Panthers and Wildcats at the Herm, 36-36 at intermission. Well, these two teams in front of us here tonight might see each other again come postseason time, since Highland Springs and Varina both moved over to Conference 12 when they went down from 6A to 5A classification-wise at the start of this school year. And so Conference 12 now looks like this. It's L.C. Bird, Prince George, Matoaka, Meadowbrook, Highland Springs, and Varina. And at least for the next 2 years, that conference will exist. Coming into tonight, no one in Conference 12 had a record worse than 500. Meadowbrook is even it up at 6-6. Varina is 9-6. Highland Springs came in at 8-6. Prince George is above 500. L.C. Bird right now with the inside track for the number 1 seed, of course, with 6 teams in. When we get to the tournament in mid-February, the 3 and the 6 seeds will play, and the 4 and the 5 seeds will play. And the 1 and the 2 seeds will get a bye into the semifinals, so they'll only need 1 win to clinch a region berth in 5A South. But that could be an extremely entertaining tournament. And how games go here in the next 3 weeks, you could go from being a 6 seed to a 2 seed, or from a 2 seed to a 6 seed. So if L.C. Bird can hang on and clinch the top seed in Conference 12, then it's going to be an outright war between the other 5 remaining schools as to who can get that other bye as the number 2 seed for the Conference 12 tournament, which by all accounts will get underway February the 15th, I believe. Could be the 16th. We are still waiting for the Virginia High School League to start posting the winter conference and region schedules. Last time we checked on their website, they still had the fall ones up, which of course are long gone now. So the Conference 12 tournament is going to be very interesting this year. Bird likely will go in as the favorite, but the question is, who's going to get the 2 seed in the bye? So they only have to win once to get a region berth. And then who's going to grab that second berth if nobody knocks off the Skyhawks in the tournament? So again, the news so far tonight, in girls action, Deep Run beats Hermitage. Number 1 Highland Springs rolls over number 3 L.C. Bird to go to 14-0. In boys action right now, Deep Run and Hermitage are tied at 36 at intermission. Number 1 and number 9 battling it out. And in front of us here, L.C. Bird returns to the sideline with the 9-point lead here at Highland Springs. On the RVA Sports Network Game of the Week. Thanks to all of you listening in on our YouTube channel tonight. All of our broadcasts are automatically archived on YouTube. So if you want to listen to any of our past games, just go to youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. While you're there, subscribe to our channel. It's absolutely free. Just click subscribe. The only thing that it does is that it will give you reminders either by text or by email every time we go live here on the RVA Sports Network. Never miss another live high school sports broadcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel now at youtube.com/RVA Sports Network. Second half underway. Bird moves right to left across your tablet, PC, laptop, or phone with the 9-point lead. Falden, right of the circle to Wiley, right wing. Looking to drive, stops, nice pass to Haskett, wide open for 3. It's too short, no good. And the rebound to Billingsley, knocked away. And they'll say last touch by Billingsley. And the second official has to come in and explain how that happened. And now they're going to change the call, and they should, because Billingsley had it. It got knocked out of his hands by Cam Henry, and then it went out of bounds. So there's no way it could have been off of Billingsley. So referees confer, get the call right. Springers will get the ball. 30 seconds into the second half. Ramseur left open for three. Off the back iron, no good. Quick rebound to Cam Henry. Wiley kick out. Haskett back to Wiley up top. Back to Mario. They play catch for a while. Now they swing it right side to Cam Henry. Inside, Falden turnaround jumper short. Billingsley with the rebound. One minute into the second half. Still no score in this half. 26-17. And Young's going to walk with the basketball. Driving down the baseline. Thought he had somebody cutting for a pass. Nobody was there. His feet fall to the ground and turn over to Bird. Chuck Hill getting set to check in for Highland Springs. He'll be his first action of the night. Wiley into Falden, kick it out to Haskett, into the corner. Henry for three is good. Cam Henry with his first points of the night. 29-17 LC Bird. 6:30 to go, third quarter. Springers down a dozen, biggest deficit of the night. Ramseur looking inside. Got it to Billingsley, back to Ramseur, up top to Young. Over to Walton. Becton back in with two personal fouls. Walton, touch pass to Becton. One bounce, put it up. And is it good? No, they waved the basket off. They say the foul was before the shot, and it was on Giles Webster, and it'll be his second personal foul. So the ball retains with Highland Springs. Hill into the game. And we have an official's whistle. And the referees asked for time, and they're looking at something on Billingsley, and I don't know if it's blood or what it might be. And it is blood. They're going to have to take him over to the trainers and have that taken care of. Marcellus Avery will check in the meantime for Highland Springs. Down by 12. They get it to Avery, who loses it off the back of a Skyhawk, and they get the turnover. Pass inside to Webster, and he can't handle it. Oh, man, that was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball from Pinky Wiley. Webster was wide open underneath, but he couldn't handle the fastball. And a turnover back to Highland Springs. They got to get some offense going if they want to knock off the second-ranked Skyhawks here at home tonight. Only 17 points. They get it to Becton. Turnaround stripped by Haskett. And then it's going to be stripped from behind by a Springer. He gets it back. Mario resets over to Henry. They get it to Falden. Back out Mario. In the corner, Wiley. And he'll travel. Could have shot the three. Decided to head down the baseline. He traveled with the basketball. Turnover to Highland Springs. How many times have we said that in the last few minutes? But the Springers can't take advantage of it. They've not scored yet in the quarter. Double team, mid-court. Pass to Young in front of his bench is too strong. He can't handle it. Turnover to LC Bird. It's not been the prettiest stretch of 2 minutes and 40 seconds of basketball here to start the second half. Bird by 12, 29-17 with the basketball. Falden up top, left side to Wiley. Wiley back up top to Webster. Underhand pass to Henry into the corner. Haskett for three. Good. Saw that coming. Mario Haskett has 9. 32-17. Timeout. George Lancaster and Highland Springs. It's a full timeout taken by the Springers. With 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the third quarter. They have yet to score in this second half here at home. Our next live broadcast again a week from Friday night. Game of the week next week on Friday. As we'll be in Mechanicsville. Patrick Henry at Lee Davis. Girls, boys doubleheader. 6 p.m. next Friday, the 29th. Here live on the RVA Sports Network. And we will have games the first 2 weeks of February. We're working those out right now. Playoff implications will have a lot to do with where and when and who. Avery into the game. He gets pushed, loses the ball, gets it back, gets it to Becton. Becton puts up a short jumper. It's too strong. And the rebound to Haskett, who looks to run. Kicks it to Wiley in the corner, who has a hard time with it. And a turnover to Young. Here comes Chuck Hill into the corner for Ramseur. Thought about a three. Put up a jumper. Too strong. Long rebound to Young. He puts it up no good. Falden with the rebound. Over to Wiley. Wiley cutting right side, and Hill put it in for two. And slowly but surely, the Skyhawks are pulling away. Halfway through the third quarter, Springers are scoreless this half. 34-17, LC Bird. Bounce pass into Avery, and his shot is short. Got his own rebound and put it in. Springers finally on the scoreboard in the second half, but is it too little, too late? 15 points down, 3:40 to go, third quarter. Haskett will work it from midcourt. Over to Henry. Henry to Wiley, left wing. 3:29 to go. Falden kicks it inside. Webster puts it up, no good. Becton gets the rebound. Chuck Hill will push it up. Bounce pass into the corner for Ramseur. Back up to Hill. Over to Young. Young, bounce pass into the corner. Ramseur for three. Short. Rebound comes out up top. Fight for it on the floor. Bodies everywhere. And we have a turnover, and it's going to be traveling on Bird. They're going to say Webster had possession but fell to the floor. Feet move. Taki Williams checks in for the Skyhawks. Jermel Billingsley, likewise for the Springers. They bring Becton out. He still only has the 2 fouls that drove him to the sideline, though, for a good part of the first half. Hill is going to lose the ball, gets tapped away, tries to get it back midcourt, and can't get it before it crosses the black line. Backcourt violation. And this turnover-filled third quarter continues. Right now, the scoreboard in the third reads LC Bird 8 and Highland Springs 2. Wiley, long cross-court pass to Haskett. He'll drive into the lane, kick it into the corner. Shot no good, and the long rebound comes out to Ramseur. Into the corner, Hill. Back out to Ramseur. They seem tentative about shooting the basketball. Somebody's got to get hot from outside. 2:30 to go, third quarter. Hill up top. Ramseur going to get knocked away from behind by Cam Henry, but out of bounds to the bleachers, and the possession will stay with the Springers. 34-19, Highland Springs down 15. Number 2, LC Bird, with the lead, and we've got another timeout. Looks like another blood issue. This one for Ramseur, and the trainer's going to put some athletic tape on the long pants that he's wearing. And Coach Troy Manns has decided he wants to talk to his crew, and he has asked for a full timeout. Timeout taken by LC Bird in a turnover-filled third quarter. Skyhawks lead at 34-19. 2:23 left in the third. While we have a moment before we wrap things up tonight, I want to give a special thank you to Michael Bailey, the athletic director here at Highland Springs. Both coaches, George Lancaster, the boys' side, and Franklin Harris on the girls' side. And to the staff here at Highland Springs, they have been so kind to us this weekend. Here Thursday night for win number 700. Back on Friday, broadcasted 3 games here Saturday night. Back here courtside tonight. Very much appreciate their help, their assistance as we come out of the timeout with Chuck Hill with the basketball at midcourt. 34-19, 2:17 to go third quarter. Springers need to come back, and they need it quickly. Hill right at the top of the key. Pass to Avent into the game. Over to Avery. Avery's cross-court pass intercepted by Haskett. Mario drives, put it up too strong. Avery with the rebound. Bounce pass into the corner, kicked. And no, they say last touched in the corner by Avent. He couldn't handle it. Out of bounds, back to Bird. Highland Springs has 2 points in this third quarter. Antoine Hockaday about to check in for the first time for Highland Springs as Lancaster's looking for any answers right now. Wiley up top to Haskett, into the corner for Henry, back up top to Mario, 90 seconds, third quarter. Double team to Wiley. Pass over to Falden. He'll drive and draw a foul. Foul's on Billingsley, his first. And it will be in the act of shooting, so Falden, who scored half of his 8 first-half points at the free throw line, will return for 2. First one's up and good. First free throw of the second half by either team. Each team only has 1 team foul here in the third quarter. Second one coming. Up. Good. Double figures for Live to Hoop 11 on Twitter. Falden has 10. 36-19, some full court pressure now applied by the Skyhawks. And it'll work. Tipped by Henry and intercepted. He'll go all alone and lay it in for 2. Springers cannot handle the pressure. Skyhawks are looking to put the accelerator and put a finish on this one. But first we have a foul. It's going to be on Henry, holding Avery, who was trying to cut back towards the inbounds pass. Second team foul on the Skyhawks, who lead 38-19. We have 1 minute left in the third quarter. Pass down court. Avery has it. He'll put it in, and will he draw the foul? I think so. Boy, once the player's behind you, just let him go. Why do anything that's going to give the other team a bit of a spark? That's 2 fouls on Cam Henry. And Marcellus Avery will have a chance at the traditional 3-point play with 55.2 remaining in the third. Shot is up and good. He's got 5 points. 38-22. And now will the Skyhawks hold for the last shot like the Springers did in the first half? Haskett with it. 40 seconds left in the quarter. Hey, if they're not going to come out and play defense, you might as well let the time go. Clock's your best friend right now with a 16-point lead on the road. Half a minute to go. Springers think about a double team trap up top. Don't do it. Mario just keeps hanging on to the basketball. 20 in the quarter. He'll bring it back out. 13, 12, 11, 10. Coach Mann says go at 9. Gets the screen, drives, kick it out to Wiley for 3. No good. And the rebound to Highland Springs to end the third quarter. Avent getting the board. But the Springers only managed 5 points in quarter number 3. And with 8 minutes left, it is 38-22. Number 2 LC Bird with a comfortable 16-point lead on the road. here live and exclusively on the RBA Sports Network. $16-point lead. And the Skyhawks looking to improve to 10-1 ahead of their next contest, which is a road trip to Cosby on Wednesday night. Cosby entered our top 10 poll for the very first time last night at number 10, replacing Verina, who dropped out of this week's poll. Top 10 this week in boys. Deep Run ascended to number 1. Bird hung steady at 2. Henrico dropped to 3. St. Christopher's to 4. John Marshall 5. Trinity Episcopal 6. Hopewell 7. Dinwiddie 8. Hermitage 9. Hermitage and Deep Run tied at the half. 36-36. We're waiting to get a third quarter score on that game. We start the fourth here at Highland Springs. Springers with the ball. Pass knocked out of bounds by Haskett. It'll stay with the home team. They get it into Hockaday. R.J. Young going to check in a moment. Into the lane. Jumper by Avent is no good. And the rebound to Key Williams. Haskett looking to drive. Hands it off to Webster. He's shot blocked out of bounds by Becton. And it'll stay with the Skyhawks. Now, if that play to happen early first quarter, this place would have erupted in cheers, but not early fourth, down 16. Crowd very complacent right now. Haskett gets open in the corner for 3, no good. Ball goes off the top of the backboard, and that's automatically out of bounds to Highland Springs. Springer's only scored 5 points in the third quarter. Young will put up a 3. It's short. Rebound Becton. And then he lost it, and then a foul. And the foul's going to be on Key Williams. That's his first. 7:17 to go. Inbounds pass. Becton had it, lost it, fight for it, out of bounds. And it stays with Highland Springs. They tried the little bounce pass to McKee. Now they inbound it again. Goes over the head of Kylan Harris into the game. Harris feeds it to Avent. Back to Harris up top. Young open for 3. On the wing. No good. Rebound. All the way out top of the key. Webster gets it. Gets it to Falden. Got a man with him. Instead, he'll go in and put it in with the jam for 2. Charles saw an opportunity to slam one home and decided he didn't want the assist. 3-pointer of Highland Springs, no good. Long rebound inside, shot blocked by Webster. Pinky Wiley kicks it out. Haskett drives. 10-foot jumper, good. And the Skyhawks are rolling. It's a 20-point game, 42-22. Timeout, Highland Springs. LC Bird with the 20-point lead, 6:25 to go. Bird holds on here. They go to 10-1 ahead of that game at Cosby on Wednesday night, and then they host Midlothian on Friday. We have an update from Hermitage just in. Number 1 Deep Run has taken a 9-point lead. (58-49) over number 9 Hermitage. Excuse me. 1 quarter to play at the Herm. And it's 58-49, number 1 Deep Run with the lead. Here, number 2, LC Bird, comfortably in front. Ball inbounds, get it in, shot no good. Becton shot stripped out of bounds. It'll stay with Highland Springs. Avery missed the short jumper. Becton gets stripped trying to go up with it after the rebound. Inbound to Ramseur up top. Over to Harris, back up to Ramseur. Left open for a jumper. Bank shot no good. Becton gets the board. Rebound no good. And the rebound to Williams defensively for Bird. They go inside for Webster. And Giles will put it in for 2. And the Skyhawks have doubled up the Springers. 42-22, 5:45 to go. Inside, bounce pass, shot. Ball gets stuck between the glass and the rim, but a foul is called on Webster. That's his 3rd. Avery will go to the charity stripe. He has 5 points tonight. Walton has the most points for Highland Springs. Leading scorer has 6. First shot is good, and Avery joins him with 6, and he'll get 1 more. Highland Springs with only 23 points so far tonight. Second shot rattles in and out, no good, and the rebound to Webster. 5:35 to go. Wiley to Haskett. Haskett up top to Taki Williams. Up top to Taki. That's not easy to say. Wiley will come and reset the play. 5:20 and counting. Bird up comfortably, 44-23. Wiley tries to pass inside, tipped, intercepted by Highland Springs. Harris with it. Gets it to Ramseur. Right side, Harris. For 3, it's good. Only the second tray of the night for Highland Springs. 44-26, just under 5 minutes to go. Coach Mans looks at Wiley and holds out the right hand as if to say, slow it down, guys. Make them come out and play. We're up 18 with 4:40 to go. Haskett cross court to Wiley, 4:30 to go and counting. Skyhawks by 18 with a date at Cosby coming up on Wednesday. Pass to Haskett, and then Wiley looks over, gets some instructions from Coach Mans right here to our left. Coach Lancaster coming out saying, hey, okay, guys, let's get something going here. Talking to Kylan Harris in specifics, I believe. Bradford out guarding Haskett now. Now we'll get some action after about 45 seconds went off the clock. Wiley looking to drive. Kick it out in the corner. Fulden for 3. It's good. Charles Fulden, leading scorer tonight. He's got 15. 47-26. Get it into Avery, and it's stripped away. Haskett with it. Turnover to Bird. 3:30 to go, up 21. Taki Williams will come up top and help him out. Give it to Fulden, left wing. Cross-court pass to Wiley. 3:15. Fulden coming down the lane, but they don't pass to him. They kick it back out to Mario Haskett. 3:05 and counting. Time slipping away from Coach Lancaster Springers, who may fall to 8 and 7, and now we get a foul. Reach in on Ramseur, his first, and the team's second. And Coach Lancaster wants a timeout. So 2:59 to go. And it looks like it's going to be a 30-second timeout. 2:59 away. $47-26. Here on the game of the week, man, we've had some wild basketball action so far this season, and have thoroughly enjoyed what we brought to you so far. The Glen Allen Douglas Freeman nail biter early this year in boys action. That was a crazy night. The Henrico Holiday Hoops Tournament. The incredible girls game between Lee Davis and Caroline at the Southerner Classic. And, of course, Deep Run knocking off number 1 Henrico last week on the game of the week. Here tonight, number 1 Highland Springs with a 25-point win over number 3 LC Bird in the girls game. And here, the number 2 Skyhawks asserting themselves defensively, holding Highland Springs to 26 points under 2:50 to go. Get it to Wiley, shot no good. Webster tried to jam it home on the rebound, lost the ball. And Highland Springs will get it back, but they're down 21 and running out of time. Avery up top, bounce pass, turnaround jumper. Good. Arthur Radford on the scoreboard with 2. 47-28, 2:20 and counting. Haskett drives into the lane, put it up, and a foul. 2:12 remaining. Foul's going to be on Avery. No foul trouble to worry about for either team. That's not been an issue. And we've only had 8 called fouls tonight in the second half. 3 on Highland Springs, 5 on Bird. Only a couple of free throw tries. Haskett, first shot off the back of the iron, no good. Jay Robinson, Ike Wiggins, getting ready to check in as the benches become cleared here with 2:12 to go and the lead at 19. Again, last check, number 1 Deep Run had taken a 9-point lead on Hermitage. Second free throw, no good. And the rebound to Billingsley. It was 58-49, number 1 Deep Run over number 9 Hermitage with a quarter to go. 3-pointer for Radford is good. And Arthur has 5 in the half. But we're under 2 minutes to go, and LC Bird on their way to win number 10 to match Wiley's uniform number. He's got the ball here right in front of our broadcast position into the corner. Falden, cross court to Haskett. And absolutely no reason to run the offense unless you're pressured to. Now Wiley will, and he'll get fouled on the push here up top. Our buddy Will at Watch Sports Wire on Twitter reports that the lead is still 9 midway through the fourth quarter. Deep Run leads Hermitage 66-57. Inbound pass to Wiley, only 4 fouls on the Springers, so no bonus for another 3 fouls if they choose to. 16-point game, 1:20 to go. They'll play defense. Wiley will get a pass before the 5-second call across to Haskett. Haskett will start going, and Avery will get called for the reach-in. His second, team's 5th. Again, next live broadcast game of the week will be next Friday, the 29th. It'll be Patrick Henry at Lee Davis. Rivalry night in Hanover County, live from Mechanicsville at 6 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/RBA Sports Network. Live links always available on RBASportsNetwork.com. Inbounded to Wiley. Cross dribbles, gets it across the court here to Wiggins. And we have 1 minute left to dribble out. Pass to Wiley, kicks it out. They get it back up top to Falden. Lose the ball temporarily, gets it back, gets it to Wiley in the corner. Pinky triple team. They get it across court to Robinson. Robinson will drive toward the hoop, turn back around, bounce pass to Falden up top, back up top to Haskett. And the game of keep away continues. And finally a foul, this one on Avery, his 3rd, but only the team's 6th. And they'll have to foul him again to get him to the line. A little late now, down 16 and 29.7 to go. Springers will fall to 8-7 with this loss. And LC Bird will move to 10-1, which means they've still got half of their schedule to play beginning Wednesday night at number 10 Cosby. Lazy inbounds pass stolen by Billingsley, and he goes to get it, and it goes off his foot and out of bounds. Been that kind of a night for George Lancaster's kids. And as much fun as their team had the other night celebrating win 700, it's the other end of the spectrum here tonight. We get a foul after the inbounds at 18.9 to go. The foul will be on Harris, his first, and we'll get to the 1-1 finally with time almost expired. So congratulations to the LC Bird boys and the Highland Springs girls on big wins here tonight on the RVA Sports Network Game of the Week. First free throw is good. That is Raheem Jenkins getting on the scoreboard, and he'll get one more. Shot is up, 2 for 2. 49-31, final 15 seconds. Radford will drive the lane and get fouled. Fouls on Jenkins, his first, only the 16 foul, so no 1-1. 11.4 to go. 49-31. They get it up top. Final seconds going off the clock. Somebody going to shoot the ball at least. Radford looking inside. Avery puts it up, and they'll say, yeah, it's good. Avery's shot will count, and that will make the final score. LC Bird 49, Highland Springs 33. Skyhawks improve to 10-1 on the season as they get set to go to Cosby on Wednesday night. The Springers with the loss, now with a record of 8-7. All right, my friends, stay with us down the stretch on Twitter to get all the information you need to know on all high school sports, depending upon where you live. If you're in Hanover, follow us on Hanover Sports, in Henrico at Henrico Sports, in Chesterfield on Chesterfield Sports, and, of course, for all sports in the Metro Richmond area, follow our main feed on Twitter at the RVA Sports Net. That's at the RVA Sports Net. Tonight's live Game of the Week doubleheader, LC Bird and Highland Springs, an exclusive presentation of the RVA Sports Network, intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the descriptions in this broadcast without the express written consent of HCS Media LLC is strictly prohibited. Again, our thanks to Michael Bailey and the staff here at Highland Springs High School for their hospitality all weekend long. Our next broadcast will be a week from Friday. Game of the Week returns to Friday night on the 29th. Patrick Henry at Lee Davis doubleheader. We'll be on at 6 p.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/RVA Sports Network, and we'll have games of the week in early February leading up to the postseason. Rob Whitham saying, have a good night, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.